All right, so let's go ahead and jump into our sound test. Again, Shure SM7dB for my mic, Black Lion Audio PG1 MK2 for my power conditioner, Warm Audio 73, which is the preamp and EQ, Warm Audio 76 Alpha, which is the FET compression that's made to recreate that 1176. Also rocking the Art PG16, just a basic XLR patch bay. Got tired of kind of having to climb around between everything and just unplug wires whenever I wanted to change out mics. And then I also have the Focusrite Scarlett 18i20 for testing. That's the one I've been using the most. So on top of the Shure SM7dB, I also have a Audio Technica mic, and then I think it's called the Bluebird SL. I can't remember, but we'll probably do some testing on that as well. But for today, we're just playing around with the Shure SM7dB. So before we jump into it, I'm curious to see what you guys think, see if you have any just tips or insights to give. This is my first time working with analog equipment. One of the reasons why I went with Warm Audio was mostly its price point, just a lot more cost effective than going straight out and just buying something super expensive. So I kind of found it like just kind of meeting in the middle a little bit instead of having to drop a lot more money. Curious to see what everyone thinks. But let's go ahead and jump into it. So we're going to be rocking Ableton today for the DAW. And like I said, for the first test, it is the Focusrite Shure SM7dB. Going into line 1 on the Scarlett, I am using a little bit of, I am using a little bit of a boost on the SM7dB. So let's just go ahead and try that one. Comatose on potions, these wicked brews I'm hoping will take me out the count. This is the method to my coping. Comatose on potions, these wicked brews I'm hoping will take me out the count. This is the method to my coping. So you can definitely see that low end coming in kind of heavy. I have a lot of just vocals from the chest, so get a lot of that boominess, a lot of that rumble that I want to cut out, which we can do from a plugin 100%. I used a lot of fab filter and isotope stuff, some waves as well. I kind of bounce between one. I don't think I found the perfect one I like so far. They all add, for the most part, a little bit of a different feel to both the configuration and just the sound. But Focusrite is the one that I've been working with the most. Probably the most comfortable with it. Made most of my songs. By the way, the vocals are from my recent song Nightmares. Check that out on Apple, Spotify, YouTube under Scotty Rains. You can definitely find it there. Let me know what you think. Also, always looking to collaborate, so please like, share, comment, follow, subscribe, whatever platform that you're using to see this video. Let me know what you think. Also, if you've worked with this equipment before and you have some insight to give, by all means, please comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any tips or tricks. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the 73. So for the 73, we are just using the preamp. So there is no EQ enabled. Right now I have it turned off when we did this test. So we are going to go ahead and run that. Let's see what it sounds like. Comatose on potions, these wicked brews I'm hoping will take me out the count. This is the method to my coping. So I don't know if you can hear it, but there's almost a low hum. Now I do have a gate on to kind of cut down on some of that, but you can just kind of hear it start to pick up on my vocals as well. So if I turn it off the gate, I'll play it again. Comatose on potions, these wicked brews I'm hoping will take me out the count. This is the method to my coping. Yeah, I mean it's definitely there. I did notice that kind of started happening when I went directly into the 73 EQ. Couldn't figure out why. Tried playing around between like using the phantom power and the boost on the Shure versus keeping that off. Tried a few different options back and forth. In some scenarios, it did get a little bit better. In other scenarios, it just got worse. But tossed on a gate, I'm sure I can kind of edit around it a little bit, but it's one of those things like once you notice it, you notice it. And I constantly hear it now. Again, I didn't notice that on the Focusrite, did notice it on the 73 EQ. Curious to see what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below. But moving on to the next test. So for the next test, we are using the WA73 again. This time with a high pass filter set to 80. Again, I have a lot of just rumble and just chest sound, boominess, you would say. But kind of just cranked on that high pass filter just to hear how it sounds. So what I'm going to do for this one, I'm going to switch back and forth between the preamp only and the high pass filter, just so you can pick up on that difference.
Comatose on potions, these wicked brews I'm hoping will take me out the count. This is the method to my coping. Comatose on potions, these wicked brews I'm hoping will take me out the count. This is the method to my coping. Comatose on potions, these wicked brews I'm hoping will take me out the count. This is the method to my coping.
So with that Q3, Pro Q3 EQ pulled up, you can see that there is a little bit of a difference on that low end going up to about 80 hertz. So you can see it kind of starts to fade off a little bit and cut down on. And that's really what I wanted to experiment with. I didn't want to do a bunch of heavy editing with the hardware. Just because once it's recorded in, it's recorded in. It's not as forgiving as using a plugin where you can just strip it out. So I really just wanted to experiment with tone shaping a little bit as it's coming in. I just wanted the excuse to play with some hardware. I work in cybersecurity, so do a lot of technical work, and just kind of getting the opportunity to play around with some analog equipment was always a point of interest for me. But you can see it kind of gets cut off. If I play it again without the audio kind of playing for everyone else, actually you can probably still hear that. So if I play that, but I have the volume turned off, you can see that low end does get cut down a little bit compared to just the preamp. But let's go ahead and jump over. So for the next test, again, still just working with the WA73. This time we have a high pass filter, same setting as before, but I started playing around with the low shelf a little bit. Nothing too severe, just kind of still experimenting with it a little bit. Just wanted to hear the difference. So let me go ahead and play that. So again, for this one, I'm going to start off with the high pass filter and the low shelf. Then I'll kind of rotate back over to the preamp, and then I'll rotate to the high pass filter, and then back to where we're starting.
Comatose on potions, these wicked brews I'm hoping will take me out the count. This is the method to my coping. Comatose on potions, these wicked brews I'm hoping will take me out the count. This is the method to my coping. Comatose on potions, these wicked brews I'm hoping will take me out the count. This is the method to my coping. Comatose on potions, these wicked brews I'm hoping will take me out the count. This is the method to my coping.
So I'm curious to know which one you like more. Personally, I'm leaning on the 73 EQ with just the high pass filter, so without the low shelf. I figured if I need to do any more editing on the low end, I can just use a plugin at that point. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Still trying to find my perfect sound, so work in progress. But for the last test, it is the WA76. So basically what it's doing is Shure SM7 goes into the 73 with a high pass filter and preamp. Phantom power is disabled. From there, it goes into the 76 with some compression. So again, wanted to be very subtle on the amount of compression I was using. I can always do more of it as I need on the plugins within the DAW. Just wanted that little bit of shaping. Still playing around with it a little bit, hitting that 2 to 3 dB with some spikes around 5 to 6, like comatose, that toast or that sibilance that comes in. Definitely spikes it a little bit, but wanted on average just to stay around like 2 to 3 dB for noise reduction. And then my attack is set fast, not incredibly fast. I'd say like right in the middle of like the middle ground and fast. And then I'd say, what is that, 6? It looks like 6, 7 for the attack, and then the release is set to about 5. So let's go ahead and play that, see what it sounds like.
Comatose on potions, these wicked brews I'm hoping will take me out the count. This is the method to my coping. Comatose on potions, these wicked brews I'm hoping will take me out the count. This is the method to my coping.
All right, so now we're just going to play one after the other. So starting with the Focusrite into the 73 with preamp, into the 73 with high pass filter. I actually am just going to, yeah, we will do the low shelf as well. So from 73 with high pass filter to 73 with high pass and low shelf into the 76. I'm just going to click between each one just so you can hear the differences in sound as we kind of work our way through. But here we go.
Comatose on potions, these wicked brews I'm hoping will take me out the count. This is the method to my coping. Comatose on potions, these wicked brews I'm hoping will take me out the count. This is the method to my coping. Comatose on potions, these wicked brews I'm hoping will take me out the count. This is the method to my coping. Comatose on potions, these wicked brews I'm hoping will take me out the count. This is the method to my coping. Comatose on potions, these wicked brews I'm hoping will take me out the count. This is the method to my coping.
All right, so again, Focusrite doesn't have that low humming, which is kind of an annoying point for me. But I could do some editing and get rid of the humming as much as possible. And then once we drop it into a beat, probably won't be as noticeable, but the fact that I am picking up on it is kind of a headache for me. But I do like the character I get from the 76. I don't know, it just gives it a warmer feeling. And again, I was very subtle with the amount of compression I was using. Mostly, like I said, wanted to do that tone shaping a little bit. I am happy with the sound I get from the 76. Little bit disappointed with that humming sound I'm picking up from the 73. If you guys have any tips for getting rid of that before it reaches the DAW, please let me know. 100% interested in kind of hearing your take. But yeah, so that was the sound test for all of the new analog system I got. Again, just to kind of summarize everything. Shure SM7dB for the microphone. Black Lion Audio PG1 MK2 for the power conditioner. Into the Warm Audio WA73-EQ, which is the built-in preamp and EQ. From there it goes into the Warm Audio 76 Alpha, which is the FET compression. And then also on top of that, I am using the Art PG16, basic, just XLR patch bay. Again, I I recommend it if you're changing up mics a lot, even in your home studio, and you're constantly having to like crawl around. It saves you a lot of time and a lot of headache. I know I've messed up the reconfig a few times, and when you're just trying to record, it can be a little bit annoying when you screw something up. So recommend it. I think it was like $90, so not bad at all. And then I'm using the Focusrite Scarlett 18i20 third generation. Everything is kind of stored within the RAB rack or RAB rack. I'll make sure to drop a link of everything below. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, if you have any insight, if you've worked with the hardware before and you've ran into a similar issue, please let me know. I'd be curious to see what you guys think. But other than that, probably in the next couple days, I'll do a little bit of a test with the Bluebird SL. I think that's what it's called. Man, I can't remember. Um, I got it a long time ago and I really, really like it, but my room isn't perfectly sound treated. So I switched over to the Shure SM7dB just because it was a little bit more, it was a little bit easier to work with, especially as I was like learning to get deeper into just sound engineering, mixing, mastering, and everything like that, track engineering. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. Again, please like, share, comment. I'll be dropping more content. Not really used to doing videos, but trying to get my music out there a little bit more, and not really willing to pay a bunch of people to market me. So figured I'd make some content, see where it goes. But other than that, let me know what you want to see next, and appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one.